on, guys? Yeah, I've got another Subaru. It's been a really long time since I've owned one. Well, what was the last one? The Legacy, that was probably back in, in 14, I think it was. 2014, 2015, around there. And it's now 2017, so it's been a really long time since I've been in a Subaru. And you know what? I gotta admit, it's been too long. I've missed it. This is my 2004 Subaru 2.5 TS. Now here in Canada, we did get a variant of the Subaru Impreza. That was called the TS. Basically, it was the base model. They normally came in the hatchbacks, but this one is actually a sedan, as you could see. This is the exact same model, same year as the one that I bought back in 2012. It was my black one. I just changed it so that it was a 2.5 RS instead of a TS. Basically, main differences: interior, not as nice as they are on the RS. Also, the rear brakes, if I'm not mistaken, the rear brakes are drum instead of disc. But you know what? They're all the same. They're easy to swap out if I really wanted to do that. This car, the reason why I bought it is at the shop that I work at. I work at a Volkswagen specialist. The shop that I work at, there's a gentleman who has an old Volkswagen bus. Now, he is actively looking for an engine swap, and I knew this car was around, so I said, you know what? I may have an option on a Subaru engine if you want. Okay, yeah, cool. I could have potentially have sold it for double what I paid for this car. Now, actually triple, sorry. I paid $500 for it, and I'm looking to get around $1,500 for the engine, in that ballpark. Last minute, the guy says, sorry, not doing it. I had already picked up the car. So we are gonna see what's gonna happen here. I love the fact that I'm back in a Subaru. I still have my Passat. That's going to be like my summer vehicle. This, however, I'm not 100% sure what's going to be happening with it yet. But yeah, I'm happy to be in it again, in a Subaru. It's pretty good. I'll admit, it has 285,000 kilometers on it, which is quite a lot. It's a little high, but that being said, it's not it's in good mechanical shape, I should say. It is in rough shape. Like, there's rust almost everywhere. Underneath it, however, no rust. Just on the running boards, or not the running boards, sorry, the side skirts, I guess you would call them. There's some rust on them. There is a fender that needs to be replaced as well, and there is a little bit of rust here on the roof as well. But all that, not a big deal. I might end up wrapping it, fixing all the rust. The engine runs well, but it does need the head gasket to be replaced. So that's not a huge issue. Also, the steering rack is leaking. Those are all things that are fairly simple processes to replace, especially if you have all the right tools to do so. Needs a ball joint, needs brakes all around, but other than that, it runs beautifully. Like, this thing, the person that I bought it off of, they owned it since new. They drove from here in Niagara Falls to Ottawa and back all the time. They took it out west, out to Vancouver and back multiple times. They took it out east to Newfoundland multiple times. So that's why the kilometers are really high on it. But it has every single maintenance record inside the car that it could possibly have. Every oil change, every brake job that's been done, it's in the glove box. Oil changes done faithfully. It's been undercoated regularly, so that's why the underbody of the car is not so bad. What am I going to do with it? Again, I have no idea. I would love to keep it as a winter driver, or or even a, you know, a nice little boot around car. I've missed that. It's funny how, you know, I'm driving my Passat, which is the luxury version. It's the top end that you can get, minus obviously the V6 and the all-wheel drive. But you know what? You get Subaru in your blood, and it's so hard to get out. The way they drive, they're not fast. These ones are not fast. I will be the first one to admit, having owned a WRX and an STI, these regular NAs, the 2.5s, not fast whatsoever. I believe they came with 170 horsepower or 165 horsepower stock. They're just fun. You know, they're fun to drive. That 160-ish horsepower, whatever you get out of these things, it's adequate. It's sufficient, especially with the all-wheel drive. They're not fast. You lose a ton of power to those wheels. But again, they're a blast to drive around in. You take one of these on a dirt road and man, you're gonna be having fun. So I'm happy to finally announce that I have this car. I've had it for a couple weeks now. And you know what? We'll see what's gonna happen here. I'm not really sure yet. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.